Hey everyone, and welcome to today's daily demo. I'm joined by Aaron Weber from Sega, Community Manager on Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us. So you're here to show us Sonic 4, Episode 1. What exactly are you showing us today?
What we're showing off today is the E3 demo. So it's got all 3 acts of Splash Hill, which is the very first zone in the game, and it's also got the very first boss battle.
Oh, cool. All right, let's jump in and take a look. So what made you guys decide to go back to this 2D Sonic?
I think 2D Sonic was something that was honestly coming for a long, long time. And actually, 2D Sonic had happened before, but it was just on the handheld. So you had like Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Advance series before that. It's just been a very, very long time before Sonic 2D had actually been on a console. So it was a mix of things. And certainly one of those parts was a lot of fans out there going, what we really, really like is 2D Sonic. We love momentum-based, kind of gameplay, and we like the stuff that we grew up with, the nostalgic kind of stuff. So.
I know, this definitely takes you back and makes you realize how old you are. How old is Sonic now?
Well, as of yesterday, in fact, Sonic's birthday, he turned 19.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's got a couple more years, and then Sonic will be out drinking, I'm sure. But, for now, Sonic is certainly advanced quite a bit from... the very early years of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, to the 3D years, and then it's kind of coming full circle again now with Sonic 4.
Wow, yeah, he looks great here. So this is Sonic 4 coming after Sonic and Knuckles.
Storyline-wise, it comes directly after Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay, so what's the story in this one?
The story in this one is fairly simple, and that was the entire point of Sonic 4. A lot of games have had really, really complex storylines with lots of voice acting and lots of twists and turns, and Sonic 4 isn't about that. Sonic 4 is about a really simplistic storyline where Sonic goes out to save his friends and defeat Robotnik. And that's pretty much it. Now the only twist in this one is that, of course, we can't make it too much like the old ones in terms of bosses and things that you've already seen and beaten before.
Yeah.
So there's a few twists to some of the bosses when you get to the end, and you'll think, oh, I've got this, I know this boss, I've played that before. And then after you defeat Robotnik to a certain point, he'll pull something new on you, and that's the fun new twist that comes with Sonic 4.
All right, cool. All right, so this level looks nice. It actually, seems so familiar. I know the levels are all different, but I don't know, just some of the tracks just seem like...
Sonic's had like a tendency in a lot of games that the opening of the first stage is very tropical, very kind of resort feeling stages and areas. So it started off with Green Hill, then you had Emerald Hill in Sonic 2, and Sonic Adventure, you're on a beach running around there. So it's kind of a theme, I think, that's very coherent within the Sonic series.
So any cameos that we should be expecting?
Cameos. Well, we mentioned back when we first announced the game as Project Needle Mouse that Sonic was going to be the only playable character. And I know a lot of the older fans look at the games and they go, there's another new friend, and they're just like, I just want to play a game that focuses on Sonic.
Yeah.
So with Episode 1, we're focusing just on Sonic. So Sonic's going to be the only playable character in this game. So no cameos from other characters in Episode 1. In the future, who knows what could happen.
Well, that's true. Speaking of the future, so this is Episode 1. How many episodes do you guys plan on having?
We haven't officially talked about how many episodes there will be. We have kind of confirmed at this point that we are looking at Episode 2 right now and stuff that's going to happen with that. So
at least 2.
At least 2.
All right, very cool. So you guys are taking in fan feedback, I'm assuming.
We are and actually already have.
Okay.
And there was a lot that went on with the game when it first started going out there. We released the first trailer, the first footage of the game, and the very first sort of teaser trailer only had just a few seconds of gameplay. But from those few seconds, we had hundreds of forum posts and threads everywhere and blog comments and all sorts of stuff about
I can imagine.
How they nitpicked everything. And to their credit, I mean, that's a really passionate fan that really cares deeply about a franchise like Sonic. It's very nostalgic about those games. So there's a lot that we took then from that feedback. And as mentioned, we've extended the game development time. And a big part of that is taking the exact feedback that they gave us that we really agreed with, that we said, this is good stuff. And we're adding that into the game to improve it. So physics are one of the biggest things, I think, that the older fans are really looking at because they want it to really feel like the classic Sonic games again. So that's one of the biggest things for us is looking at the physics, looking at Sonic's acceleration, the amount of time it takes for him to turn his feet into that, the blur that you're so used to from the older games. And of course, level design was also a thing mentioned.
A lot of little details. Let's talk about the music.
Well, the music's not really changing at all, but the music was composed by Jun Sonoe. And Sonoe-san actually has been working on Sonic games for a long time. And I had the pleasure of actually talking with him quite a bit last night, and he told me he came on to Sega in 1993.
Wow.
He's among a few people that have actually still been with the company all the way through. So he started off actually on Sonic 3, working on music in that game. And then he went on from there, and about the Dreamcast era, Sonoe-san actually became one of the sound directors. And so pretty much all of the music that you hear in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, all the Dreamcast games, he had something to do with, or he composed it, or he wrote it, or he's behind pretty much all of it. And Sonoe-san actually is kind of like the icon, in my opinion, of music with the Sonic franchise as it stands. So Sonoe-san came in, he did music for all of the zones here in Sonic 4, and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out.
Oh, very cool. All right, so what's happening here? I guess the boss fight's already over.
Yeah,
we weren't even
the boss
watching.
fight is over, and those are the animals being freed, Sonic's friends, getting away. And that's something that is kind of a minor touch at the end, but it's something that I think the fans will really pick up on. It's a nice way to kind of end a zone.
Yeah.
You get to the end, you free Sonic's friends, and that's what the games are all about. And of course, for the people that are really into it, there's more to it than just beating zones. Of course, we've added the 7 emeralds back in, and there will be something special at the end if people can manage to collect all 7 emeralds and then beat the game. But I'm not going to spoil that here.
Okay. So is there anything else you'd like to add in terms of like contests potential?
Yes, absolutely. Probably it's one of the biggest contests I think we have ever announced with regard to Sonic and Sega, and that is that yesterday on his birthday, we announced that we're holding a video contest where we're challenging fans to show their passion for Sonic. And all you have to do is pretty much create a video showing why you are the biggest Sonic fan in the world.
Well, that should be interesting.
Yes, it should be. But anyone that's in the United States, in the UK, and Canada pretty much can enter into it. And what we're going to do is we're going to judge all those videos based on their creativity, based on the passion, based on the entertainment. And we're going to put the best 10 on the Sonic 4 website. So from there, the actual community is going to get to vote on it. And then the winner gets to go to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, that's exciting.
Free trip, yeah. They get to actually tour Sega of Japan over there. They get to meet Sonic Team, and then as a little bonus, they get to be among the first people to actually get their hands on the final updated version of Sonic 4 before it goes live.
Wow, people better get started.
Yes. Oh, and they get to take a friend, by the way. So there's an incentive to really work with your friends on this one. But it's probably the biggest contest we've done in a long time, if not ever, for Sonic, and we're all very excited about it.
Yeah, I bet. Very cool. So when's the game coming out and on what platforms?
The game is coming out later this year, 2010. It's going to come out on Xbox Live, it's going to come out on PSN, and also on WiiWare. And speaking of those, one last thing that I should mention for the Sonic fans that might be out there, we have a very timed Sonic sale going on also to celebrate his birthday. So if you're very nostalgic about the older games, if you want to pick up like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, any of those again, we've got a special sale going on pretty much across all platforms right now. You can pick those up for anywhere from 30 to 60% off. So.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and showing us the game.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was our look at Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1. Now on with the rest of the show.